Looking for some holiday gifts to spice up your love life? Well, we're here to help. I'm Dr. Abraham Morgentaler, and I'm here with my beautiful and talented wife,
Dr. Marianne Brandon.
and we are the Sex Doctors. So, Dr. Brandon,
Yes.
so good to see you.
You too.
So, it's the holiday season, and it is the time for giving. And when it comes to sex-themed gifts, I think that these could be the gifts that keep on giving.
You know what? I agree with you because it's like a win-win. The receiver wins, but if it's a sex-themed gift that can sort of generate sexual energy for the couple, the giver wins too.
Everybody wins.
It's a beautiful
Everybody's a winner.
Yeah.
So let's go through some ideas. What do you have?
Before we start, a small disclaimer. The Sex Doctors podcast is not a substitute for medical or psychological advice.
Welcome to the Sex Doctors, featuring Dr. Marianne Brandon, clinical psychologist and diplomate in sex therapy, and Dr. Abraham Morgentaler, renowned urologist and expert in sexual medicine and testosterone therapy. Together, they bring you expert insights into sex, intimacy, and relationships. Let's dive in.
Well, easiest I think is just to get a new sex toy. When I say new, I mean modern. Like there are so many modern toys that have been developed even in the last year or so. So if you haven't looked lately at what's going on with sex toys, you really ought to.
Tell us about some of the new stuff.
So not necessarily new, but new to many people. For women, there are vibrators that suction the clitoris as opposed to vibrate it. That's great for women who have a hard time, like having an orgasm or aren't really sure what turns them on. It's something different.
Brings more blood flow into the, right? Gets it
Exactly.
engorged.
It's spoken like
Engorged.
a real urologist.
Engorgement is good.
That it is good. It is good.
Right?
So that's good. Women.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you don't have to go to any fancy store. You just go to Amazon.com and order this stuff. It comes in a like typical Amazon.com package. Like you don't have to worry about like the kids figuring out what's in the box or anything like that.
What about sex toys for guys?
Oh, so many. So toys that replicate the feeling of oral sex or anal sex. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. And some of this stuff is even connected to platforms where other people in other parts of the world can control your sex toy. Like it's crazy.
Get out of town.
For real. So I can almost guarantee people, if they haven't looked lately to see what's out there, there's going to be something new to try or get to your
So you're talking about the stuff, if you have a Wi-Fi connection.
Yeah.
I think you used this on a previous podcast. You used the term teledildonic.
Yes, yeah.
One of my favorite words of all time.
It's it's not a sexy word.
No, but if I understand right, you could have a partner on the other side of the world, as long as you have a Wi-Fi connection.
Yeah.
They've got a device.
Yeah.
You've got a controller or your own device or vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
And you can control the stimulation they're getting, right?
Exactly.
Isn't that incredible?
So it's sort of like, it's kind of amazing the amount of variety of experience you can get with these modern toys.
Yeah. Of course, a local version of that is just getting remote-controlled vibrators, right? That fit in the woman's panties or in the guy's underwear.
Yeah,
Right?
that's right.
Yeah, that could be fun too.
That could be fun too. For sure.
Very good.
Okay.
So I've got something. It's a little bit maybe old-fashioned-y, but I think, and maybe just being a guy, that visual stimulation is very important.
Mm-hmm. I would say that's the case for all of us.
Yeah, and certainly for guys.
Yes.
But all of us, let's say that.
Okay.
So, like a gift for a woman could be a sexy piece of clothing that she might be proud to wear, but would also be stimulating for the guy.
Mhm.
Maybe it's a leather dress or a leather skirt or something. Maybe it's something classy. Maybe it's something slutty. Whatever floats your boat,
Uh-huh.
that could be fun for date night.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And for guys, maybe, that it's a sexy pair of tight jeans or a shirt that shows off his muscles.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the visual part of that is the entree to a good night of lovemaking.
That's lovely. I mean, it really acknowledges to the partner that you care about their experience and that how you look matters. You know it matters to them, and you kind of acknowledge that. I like that.
And looking sexy for your partner is good.
Great.
Yeah, everybody likes that.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay, you.
Me. Okay, so what I have talked to patients about in the past is getting a gift that will help your partner with whatever their sexual struggles are.
Like what?
So if your partner's sexual struggles are
Like Viagra, is that what you're talking about? You get a month's supply of Viagra?
I wasn't thinking that, but I guess that's true.
You were talking about different struggles.
I was.
Yeah.
So if your partner says they don't know what turns them on.
Oh, yeah.
So then make that playful, like get some erotica. You can easily get some offline or online or get a book and read it together. And then see what was fun and what was interesting and just make it playful, not intense.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
You could probably even get audio version of erotica.
You can,
Yeah.
which is more and more popular these days. Or you can get porn, for women. You could pay for a site like that or just regular old porn and look at it together and just try to make it playful.
Yeah.
Not intense.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
Can I just throw in a couple others here?
Of course.
Like if the concern is they don't have enough time for themselves, people will say that, like, I'm too exhausted, I don't have any time. Then the gift can be, I'm going to, make dinner and take care of the kids every other Sunday night, for the next 6 months or something like this. Give them, if they're exhausted and they need time, give them time. If they need time, if they say they don't have enough time to take care of their body, then take care of things at home so they can go to a yoga class or something. So give them what they need to enjoy sex more.
Like you write it down like on a 3x5.
Yeah.
Yeah. Put it in an envelope.
Yeah.
How about another version of that, which is an actual sexual act that I hereby will provide to you, like three oral sex adventures.
I love that. That's
Right?
great. Yes.
Right at the time and at the timing of your choice.
Right. So you can give them little cards or something like
Give them
this.
a little card.
Yeah.
Right? You can have like rip off one,
Uh-huh.
right? And they just have to come back and they say, here's my ticket.
Yeah. I'm cashing it in.
No ticket. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I was going to say,
I know what you're going to say.
I'm not going there. I'm not doing it. Man, it's like I got to be politically correct. All right. I got another one.
What's
Okay.
that?
But it's also sort of old timey and you're just going to have to forgive me. That's who I am.
Okay.
Scent.
So,
I believe in the senses.
yes.
And there's scents that can turn people on and scents that can turn people off.
Really true.
And people often don't know, like women sometimes have the scent that they have liked. They've worn it for years and years, but it may or may not be what turns on their partner and vice versa, right? So for a woman, you give something that you would like, you give to your partner a scent that you would like them to wear that you've already figured out is arousing for you or
Love it.
pleasurable.
Love
So for a woman, it may be perfume, and for a man, it may be cologne, something like that. But the senses are all involved in sex.
You know what? I don't even think that's old fashioned. I think that's just right on. Absolutely true. The senses are all involved.
Oh, you're so kind to me. That's very nice.
That's what I think.
Okay. Back to you.
All right. Okay. So for my grand finale, right, I'm going to suggest VR glasses. Virtual Oculus, probably, because those are the most popular virtual reality glasses. You know why?
Why?
Because then people can access VR porn, and that's going to be potentially super stimulating for people.
Oh, VR porn could be a game changer.
It's a whole other level of intensity of porn.
So
So
the next level technology.
right, exactly. So this is going to be a gift of a few $100, more than $200, probably. I don't know how much they are these days, $350 or $400, I think. But I was just reading today that one of the most popular searches on Google this past year. Now, maybe this wasn't valid, but I read it on some site that I felt like was valid. Was open marriages. People wondering about open marriages, and that's what sort of made me think about VR glasses, because it allows people to experiment like with other partners without really being with another person or literally opening their marriage. So it might be helpful for people who feel like they're struggling with monogamy and they want to like amp up some excitement.
Well, okay, that one, I wasn't expecting that one. That one could be for the right person, a true gift.
Yes, that's right.
A true gift.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not for everybody.
No, not at all for everybody.
Yeah.
But something to think about. And, it's a part of the future.
Yeah, well, that's interesting. Okay, for my grand finale,
Yes.
it doesn't feel so finale-ish, but
Yeah.
but I think that most couples could use more play in their sex lives.
Yes.
And
for
so
sure.
there's some games that are out there
Okay.
that could make things sort of light and fun and nice change of pace. So there's games like Kinky Truth or Dare,
Uh-huh.
right? Like somebody has to either reveal something of a deep nature,
Yeah.
or they may have to do something if they don't want to reveal that, right?
That's good.
And also are these like sets of dice that you can buy
Yeah.
that have various sexual acts displayed on them.
Uh-huh.
And either the roller or the rollee, you have to decide ahead of time,
Okay.
has to perform one of those acts.
I see.
Yeah, it could be fun.
Oh, you decide before you roll the dice.
Well, I think you better. There are probably rules that come with these things. Yeah, but you better figure out ahead of time who's doing what to whom.
Well, I absolutely agree that people need more play in their sex lives. It's so helpful for folks. So that's a great one.
Yeah. So there you have it.
There you have it.
If you didn't know what to give your partner, hopefully we've opened up some new ideas for you.
Yeah.
And thus ends another podcast of The Sex Doctors. If you like this content, give us a thumbs up, write a nice review, and subscribe. Subscribe. And we hope to see you back for another podcast of
The
Sex Doctors. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to The Sex Doctors with Dr. Marianne Brandon and Dr. Abraham Morgentaler. Be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and tune in next time for more expert advice on sexual health and relationships.
I believe in miracles. Where you from? You sexy thing, you. I believe in miracles. Since you came